Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of our 2-part episode with the telling you everything that we experienced while we were on the Holland America cruise. If you follow my channel, hopefully you saw the 10 days, the vlogs that I posted, and basically capturing each day that we were on the ship, and then we also did a final thoughts part 1. I'll link that at the end of this video so you can see that if you want to start that first before you do part 2. But part 2, we're going to cover the nightclubs. We're going to cover nightclubs and entertainment, basically. We're going to talk to you about the negatives that we thought about Holland America, and then we're also going to talk to you about the positives that we thought about Holland America, and probably a bunch of other information between all that. So don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be the nightclubs and entertainment. We're going to kind of roll that into one, okay? So now, on the Holland America ship, the Koningsdam, for the nightclubs, you had 3 options. You had the Billboard Lounge, which was right across from the Rolling Stone Lounge. Hi, Pam. And you had the B.B. King Club. Hi, King. Yeah, Kane worked at the B.B. King Club. So what did you think about Billboard?
Billboard, we did not experience.
We did.
Because it was dueling pianos and they were just not.
They were not good. We sat, what they did is that the Billboard is right across from the Rolling Stone. So the Billboard would play for 45 minutes, take a break, and the Rolling Stone band would play for whatever band was in there, would play for 45 minutes. So we were at the Rolling Stone band lounge early because we wanted to make sure we got a seat. And we were listening to the Billboard, and they were so bad. I thought it was a guy and a girl at first when I was listening to them. They were doing a Billy Joel song. And I thought it was a guy and a girl. And then later I got up, and after the Rolling Stone was done, and it was actually 2 girls. So it was, it just wasn't what we were
We've
into.
been to better dueling pianos.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Orlando had a really good dueling banjo, piano. It's late. I'm really tired. But the Rolling Stone Lounge, the band was okay. They weren't the best that I've ever heard, but for I guess for a cruise ship, I guess they were okay.
Yeah. Never.
The female singer I thought was quite a bit over the top than what she needed to be. But it was okay. It wasn't bad. I did put some clips. I think in day 2 or 3 of my vlogs, I think I put some clips of them on there, so you could always go back and look at that. The B.B. King Club, also I did some clips of that you could take a look at. They were okay too. It just wasn't, I don't know if it was me or what, they just didn't sound good. I don't know if it was the equipment or if it was their voices. I don't know, they just didn't sound good. We've been on so many Carnival cruises, and we've seen so many bands and acts that were so much better than what they had at Holland America. But that's just our opinion. So, I mean, I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, it's about the same. It was okay.
It was just okay. It was nothing spectacular. We'll go ahead and we'll go from there. We'll talk, since we talked about the clubs, let's talk about the entertainment on the ships.
You mean lack?
The lack of entertainment on the ships. That was a good ad. The lack. Let me explain something real quick about Holland America, and I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice about it. Holland America is a great ship. Now, we've only been in on once, but I get an idea that this is how it basically is. Holland America is a great ship line to cruise if you want to be so far laid back that you're almost in a coma.
It's geared for older, I would say 70 plus.
At least, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm pushing 70. I'm not far from 70, but I still want a little bit more active on a cruise. I want to do a little bit more stuff. I still want to, go out and dance and make a fool of myself and do karaoke and, all that kind of stuff. They don't have any of that stuff on Holland America. They just don't do it. It is just, it's so laid back. It's just, like she said, it's 70, or I would say even older than that, is who they cater to.
I would say the average is about 70 plus. There are younger people.
Very few.
A couple. There was a couple that I sat with at one of my mixology classes that was younger. And then For kids, I think we saw 4 or 5.
There was not a lot. They don't cater to that type of demographic. They don't. They have clubs for those kids, but I don't know how often they're open. I don't have a clue. Where it's Carnival, they're always open. The parents can drop them off in the mornings. They can play all day, and then we'll see the parents again at dinner time. Holland America just doesn't cater to that type of demographic. They cater to the older crowd, which I think is why they don't have things like karaoke. They don't have an arcade. They don't have, what else do they not have?
A candy shop.
They don't have a candy shop. They don't have a,
They don't have a lot of trivia.
No, not a whole lot of
Usually
trivia.
a strip is known for trivia. I think they did like 2 things of trivia per day.
Yeah.
A lot of arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. Yes.
Which is fine because I do like arts and crafts, but I didn't.
It's not what you do on a cruise, really, what you do on a cruise. But the classes were very full, but they were all that demographic.
But it was something to do.
Yeah, it was just, to me, they lacked a lot of entertainment.
They did have a nice fitness center. I visited the fitness center a couple times.
I did.
And it was very nice. Empty. There was somebody over there.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's just what you want. It's what you like and what you have. If you got a family, like a younger group, and you got a family, I think Carnival 100% would be what you would want. On this ship, you had to wait. A lot of times you had to wait because it's the older demographic, walking slow, strollers, scooters, no strollers, scooters, wheelchairs.
And I am one of those, so.
Walkers, canes. You saw a lot of that on this ship. And again, I apologize. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I'm trying to do these and get this done. But that's what you saw on this ship. It was a lot more than what you saw on what would be a Carnival cruise ship. So if that's what you want, that's what you're looking for, then I would say Holland America is your ship. But for us, it's not really where we're at right now in our lives. We want a little bit more. The itineraries every day for Holland America were so lackluster. It was, and if you saw some of our later vlogs, she was calling out some of the highlights of what they did, and it wasn't really anything.
We played a lot of cards.
We played a lot of cards ourselves. We played a lot of cards.
On sea days, you know.
Yes, played a lot of cards. Entertainment, they had trivia. We talked about trivia. They had an orange party. If you saw my vlog, I think it was day number 8 or 9. The orange party, way overcrowded for the amount of people they had. The venue was so small. It was in the BB King Lounge. It was so small compared to how many people were at that party. And I was decked out, boy. I was oranged up in that party. But it was hard because we got there early, which I thought we got there early. And we were late, and I had to stand for about an hour and a half, which takes a toll, just standing there and watching takes a toll. But I think it should be in a bigger area, like maybe the Lido deck. They could do something like that on the Lido deck. I don't know why.
But it was fun.
It was fun if you weren't standing.
It was entertaining.
It was if you weren't standing.
I had to pull on my way, so I couldn't see a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. I tried to get a little bit of video. You should see that on my vlog too. Check that out. Sail away party. Let's talk about that. That's on day 1, embarkation day. Sail away party, which I wanted to get some video of. Unfortunately, they book it at 5 o'clock, which is the first dinner service. So we were in the early dinner service. So we were at dinner at 5 o'clock. So we really didn't get a chance to partake in the sail away party, which I was really sad about. They do have a big screen TV, huge screen TV on the Lido deck. They showed movies. They showed some of the football games on the big screen. But as far as the type of movies they showed, they weren't anything that.
They weren't even like well-known movies.
No, I have no idea.
Maybe they were to like people
that demographic. I'm going to say that demographic. I'm not going to say the old word. I'm just going to say that demographic. You'll understand what I mean.
Because they did have beach blanket
bingo. Yeah. 1950s. Annette Funicello, Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, that was a kind of.
You remember that?
Heard of it.
You heard of it, right?
Yeah.
What else? I want to talk to you. Also, they don't have what they don't have. But we'll move on. Let's talk about negatives. Don't go away. We're going to talk about some negatives on this ship, and we've got quite a few too. So don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're going to talk about negatives, what we think some of the negatives on the Holland America ship. Okay, and we're going to try to go through them kind of quick. I'll do one, you can do one, I'll do one, you do one, something like that. Okay, first thing that Carnival has that Holland America does not have is a Serenity deck. Serenity deck is a 21 and older, 18 and older? 21 and older deck where there's no kids allowed. It's got really soft, laid back music. They got really nice lounge chairs. Some of them have like little cabanas that you can cuddle up in and watch the water and just kind of relax. No kids. Holland America does not have that. All right, what else?
Well, Holland doesn't have many kids anyways.
Well,
but
that's true.
It would still be a nice place to go just to get away. From like the pool area that's typically very busy. The noise and everything, food and all that. So it would be nice to have a little getaway. Let's see, I'm using your cheat sheet.
Use my cheat sheet. You can use it.
The statements.
Talk about the statements real quick.
So the statements are very hard to read. I think I finally gotten the hang of it.
On day 9.
But the versus Carnival versus Holland, Carnival has a limit. They tell you how many drinks you've had, they tell you what you bought, they tell you everything. Holland does not. There is no how many drinks you've had. There is, they don't say anything. It was really hard to read. So
the statement that you looked online because you have the app, it was very sporadic. It was very hard to understand. The credit that you had versus how much you owe, it was just very, very monotonous.
Hence what I said in the last video about, we'll get to it, about like going to guest services. I had to go to guest services to find out how many drinks I had, because when you order an alcoholic drink but you order a soda, it still takes off the 15. So I had to go quite a few times just to because I don't want to be charged for all this extra stuff that I didn't need. So I had to go to guest services quite a bit.
To make sure that you're worth it, because their package, their drink package, and we're going to actually talk about that in a little bit, their drink package, but just as a brief overview, on Holland America, their drink packages allows you 15 drinks per day. It's not alcoholic drinks like Carnival. Carnival is alcoholic drinks. Period. Just alcoholic drinks on Carnival. Holland America includes alcoholic drinks. It's sodas. It's going to be specialty coffees. It's going to be what else?
Smoothies.
That's all. That all counts on the 15. So if you get up in the morning and you have a cup of coffee, or you have 2 specialty coffees, because she's a big specialty coffee person, that's 2 drinks that are taken away from your 15. Now, the thing that Holland America doesn't have is when they scan your card, it doesn't have a counter that tells the server that you're at drink number 15. The server has no idea how many drinks you've had all day. The bad part about that is that if you've been drinking alcohol all day long and you're at 15 drinks and you're hiding it really well, you can keep going and get a 16th drink, a 17th drink, 18th. On Carnival, you can't do that, because as soon as you hit that 15 mark, that server knows that you're at 15 and they won't serve you anymore. Whereas on Carnival or on Holland America, they'll continue to serve you, but you'll have to pay for each drink. Now you're paying $12, $13 for each drink, thinking that, well, I'm on the drink package, I don't have to pay anything, but you're paying.
But you have no idea where you're at, because their statement doesn't tell you how many you've had or what you've had.
Right, you have to call or go to guest services to physically ask them, how many drinks am I at for the day? And how annoying is that going to be to do that, 2 or 3 times a day? Or you keep track of yourself, but you have nothing else to do because it's a cruise, so you just keep track of every drink that you have anyway. Also negatives that I feel that is bad for Holland America. They have no Guy's Burger. I'm a huge Guy Fieri Guy's Burger.
That's a personal opinion.
There's no Guy's Burger on Holland America Cruise. They have no barbecue place like they do on Carnival. They have
or barbecue even in the Lido.
Any barbecue. You got barbecue one night, had barbecue one night, barbecue ribs, and they were terrible on the Lido deck. They were terrible. The sauce was just bad. Every night for dinner, when we had dinner in the dining room, the bread that we got was always hard. Whereas Carnival, it was always soft. The bread was always hard. And I don't know why.
And the butter is rock hard.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have hard butter, hard bread.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Also, another thing that the Carnival cruise has, and people kind of come to expect, I think, on a cruise, maybe not on Holland America, but the servers in the dining room do no shows. They don't put on any shows. Whereas Carnival, you do a 7-day cruise, 2 or 3 nights, the servers are going to get up, they're going to dance, they're going to sing, they're going to, on the last night, they always sing a song that tells you goodbye and thank you for being there. Holland America doesn't do any shows, 0, none. So that was a little bit disappointing. Talk about excursions.
We don't do excursions. The countries we go to are typically don't have handicap accessible tours. I know for the vultures, after getting off the ship, there is taxis that do have and can accommodate a scooter, but we didn't do any of those. As far as excursions through Holland, there are none that are handicapped.
It's always suggested that you book an excursion through the ship because you're always covered if something happens. If you book an excursion through a third party, so like you get off and you're walking through town and you see some guy that says, hey, come here, come through, we can take you to the beach or whatever. If you do that on your own, you're not covered through Carnival or through Holland America. If you go through an excursion through a cruise line and there's a delay for whatever reason, the ship will wait for you because you're on that excursion, they booked it for you, they're going to wait for you. If you go on a third party excursion, they're not going to wait for you. If you're not back to the ship on time, you're gone. The ship's
better have your passport because they're going to leave you strapped to the dock.
The ship's going to leave.
Yep.
So it's always best to book an excursion through the cruise line. Unfortunately, the cruise lines are not handicap accessible when it comes to excursions, and that's just a very sad thing. One thing we were looking forward to on this cruise is that when we saw some other YouTube videos, that they had donuts, and it's like, because we love donuts.
So exciting.
Donuts were so hard. Every single morning we had a donut. They were hard. And I think it's because they keep them in the refrigerator, and then they bring them out like first thing in the morning, but they're still hard. So they're not soft, they're not fluffy, they're not airy like a donut should be. They're just hard, and that was kind of disappointing. Very small casino on Holland America ship. If you like to gamble versus a Carnival
it was
cruise line,
very small.
It's very small, and they smoke in the casino also. Be aware of that, they smoke in the casino. But it was very small as a whole. Not a lot of tables, a lot of slot machines, not a lot of tables. And the times that I did go through it, the tables, there weren't a lot of tables even open. All right, no candy store on Holland America. Now, hey, look, sometimes, I might want a little box of Juicy Fruits, or I might want some Good and Plenty. I'll pay $4 for a box of Good and Plenty. They don't have any candy on Holland America. It doesn't cater to that type of demographic, so it's not available. We noticed there's no arcade. Again, not the demographic for it, so there's no arcade, no, I couldn't beat her in air hockey like I always do. That was kind of disappointing. No karaoke on Holland America. We love going to karaoke sometimes just to kind of get away and laugh a little bit.
They should have it.
They should. I think they should. With all those older people out there, they should.
They love to sing.
They would get up there and do it. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
So no karaoke on Holland America. The security, let's talk about security with your sign and sell card. You get a sign and sell card when you get on the ship. It's ready for you at the at your cabin. That's what you use. That's your life for the whole ship, for the whole cruise. It gets you inside your cabin. It takes care of your drinks. It takes care if you want to buy souvenirs. It takes care if you want to buy short excursions. It all goes on your sign and sale card. What we noticed on Holland America, because we had a problem between her and my sister, their cards got mixed up. Just because they just weren't paying attention at the time. They just picked up the card. My sister went this way and her and I went this way. And we didn't know about it for quite a few hours until later on when we were in the Rolling Stone Lounge and we each ordered a drink and we gave them a card. He came back, he gave me the receipts to sign, and I gave her card back, and it was my sister's card. So they don't check when the servers run the card. they don't check to see who it is that belongs to that card. Versus Carnival, that your face comes up on their screen. When they run that card, they see your face. So they can actually look and say, hey, look, you don't look like John Smith.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't do that. So my sister could have went out and charged a whole ton of stuff on her account.
And not realize it because she just didn't pay attention, and they didn't tell her, hey, man, this isn't your card. And she could have done the same thing. Could have went and bought $200 in souvenirs. I don't know why you didn't. But anyway, so that's one thing I think is a very big problem with Holland America, is that they have no security for their card. If you drop your card and you just drop it and you don't realize it for however many hours, somebody can take your card and go and charge this or charge that or charge that, and they Pizza.
All right, sorry about that little flip there. We ordered pizza and it just showed up.
Came early.
They were actually really, really early. We thought we could finish this before they showed up. And they showed up, so we had to go get the pizza. Okay, so we were talking about the negatives, and I was talking about the security part, and I think that's a really big issue that Holland America should take care of, just for the fact of somebody being able to take your card, find your card, and use it and charge whatever they want, and there'd be nothing you can do about it. So that's the one thing I think Carnival has over on Holland America, is that every time you use that card, your picture shows up on their screen. They can see who you are and say, hey, this is you or this isn't you. So we'll say that's a BF for the negatives. Is there anything else you can think about for negatives? That's good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got negatives. Don't go away. We're going to talk about the positives, and that's going to be a really, really quick segment. All right, guys, we're back, and we are going to talk about the positives that we thought about the Holland America cruise, what we thought were positives. Some of the things we already talked about, we'll go over again real quickly over. One thing I really thought was really nice was the glass door on the shower. That was a really big deal. Not having that curtain, because that curtain really, it's annoying. And having to do it for 10 days, it's just really annoying. Having the glass door was great. I thought that was a good thing. What do you think? Another thing we talked about, on the Lido deck, the servers actually serving your food to you versus everybody and their brother coming up and using the spoons and the tongs and all that and doing it themselves. They serve you. For sanitary reasons alone, that's a great positive. And I think it would be great if Carnival would do that as well and incorporate that system as well.
So nice. I knew the video, they had the automatic hand washers.
They did.
That were really nice.
Yes.
So before you went to get food, you could wash your hands, dry your hands. Right. Everything was right there. It was very nice. That
was day 9 or 10 that I posted that for the hand. And it felt really nice too, because it was kind of like warm to hot water. And it had the soap and everything, the sanitizer all at once. It's a 12-second interval. So it goes for 12 seconds and washes your hand. Then you just dry your hands off and then boom, you go have some food. So that was a nice thing.
And back to servers, when you sit down, there's silverware and cups on every table. So you know it's clean, ready to go. They actually come around with tea, water, and lemonade. Or if you want coffee, they pour it for you. Now you can get it yourself, obviously, but they come to your table also and pour those for you, which is very nice.
I don't think Carnival has the table set up like they do.
They do not.
They don't. You have to get your silverware, get your napkins.
You have to get everything yourself.
Yeah, so that would really be a nice thing for Carnival to incorporate.
So that is one nice thing Holland does have.
Yeah. Every single table has got this that right there, so that's really that was convenient. And then you want to talk about the handicap bathrooms when you're around the decks. Go ahead and talk about that.
Every floor, and pretty much aft, the forward, and the midship have one, and they have handicap. They have regular bathrooms, and they also have handicap accessible. And instead of opening a door, you press a button. Green light is there, and you press the button, the door automatically opens. You go in, you wait a few seconds, the door closes, lock it, same thing on your way out. It's very convenient.
Yes, that seemed like it was really easy for you.
Yeah.
I would stand out there and I'd wait for her, but all she had to do is hit the button and she was in, she was out. So easy. No, there's no congestion. Boom, she was done. So that was a good thing.
Yes.
What else do you want to talk about for positives that we haven't already covered?
I think that's it.
It wasn't compared to
Well,
Carnival.
overall, we threw a couple things.
We threw a couple out there, yeah. So, okay. So, only thing we have left to talk about, and she's going to talk to you about it, is going to be the drink package. We talked about that earlier, about how many drinks you get and blah, blah, blah. She's going to go into a little bit more in depth about the drink packages, Carnival versus Holland America. And you don't want to miss it because it's alcohol. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back for our final segment, and we're going to talk about, we saved the best for last, we're going to talk about the alcohol packages. And what we're not, I'm not going to call alcohol package anymore. I'm going to actually call it a drink package. So, because on Carnival, it could mean not just drinks, it could be alcohol, it could be sodas, it could be water, whatever. We'll just call it a drink package. So we're going to talk about the difference between Holland America's drink package and Carnival's drink package. And wait till you hear about the difference in prices. Take it.
So Carnival has a Cheers package, and the Cheers package is $82.54 per person per day.
Stop right there. When we went on our last cruise, which is about 2 years ago, it was 50 something per day. 50 something per day. You get the same thing that she's going to tell you right now. It was 50 something per day, and now 2 years later, it's up to $83.
And it does include gratuity, but you also get all your, so you 15 alcoholic drinks up to a value of $20. So if you have a glass of wine that's $18, it's covered. If you go over the 20, you have to pay the extra. It does include, without counting against your credit, you can do sodas, water, milkshakes, specialty coffees, frozen cocktails, your smoothies, stuff like that. And that's all included. Plus you get like a couple of discounts here and there for like wine, bottles of wine, stuff like that. Now, on Holland does have a couple of different packages they offer. The one we got, the one we're comparing this other one to, is $55 per day. Now, if there's...
That's per person.
Yes.
Per person.
Plus gratuities.
Right.
So it's obviously more. It is per every adult that's in the cabin has to order it. So if there's 4 adults, all 4 have to have it. If 2 adults, 2. If one isn't right, get it.
You evaluate whether it's going to be worth it to pay for them to have it if they're not going to drink anything.
Yes. So it's $55 a day plus gratuity. Now with that one, you get a lot of stuff. So the 15 drinks is 15 drinks altogether. Sodas, coffee, alcohol, water, bottled water, whatever, it's 15. Now, if you go over the 15, then you're responsible for paying. That's the difference between Holland and Carnival. Also, with Holland, you get a credit for cruise excursions. I think it was $100. You get specialty dinings. We got two because we were on a 10-day cruise. So if you're on a 14-day cruise, you get 3. If you're on a 7 to 10, a 7-day to 9-day, you get 1. 10 to 14, you get 2, and then 14 over, you get 3.
Yeah.
So you have that credit, you have a specialty dining, and you get Wi-Fi.
Free Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is included. You get all that. We've
never had Wi-Fi. We never paid the extra to get Wi-Fi on a cruise. We got it on this because the package that my sister got for us included the Wi-Fi. It was great because we were still able to check AOL. We were still able to check Instagram, Facebook.
Communicate. Where you at? Where you guys meet here.
Exactly. So it was really, moving forward, any cruise that we'll go on, we'll definitely get the Wi-Fi because it was definitely worth it.
I don't think we'll ever get the alcohol package.
I can't pay $83 for the alcohol package.
We did break it down per drink. If you were to drink all 15 alcohol drinks, it It was five and change.
5 and change for a drink.
Which is good.
That's great, but
you have to do it every day.
That's only based on drinking 15 drinks, and that's every single day. If you only drink 13 drinks, well, that dollar goes up. If you only drink 10 drinks, well, that dollar is going to go up for per drink. So 15
now it does include your sodas and everything else, but still, it's not, stuff on there is not expensive.
Not as expensive that if it's just ridiculous prices. I don't know why it went up so high, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So that's it for the alcohol package. So definitely, if it's a really good topic. Let me know in the comments if you guys do the alcohol package or the drink packages when you go on a cruise. Let me know in the comments, and if you do, tell me which one you do and what you think about it. And if you think $82 a day is outrageous for just 15 drinks, because at 15 drinks they stop you. You can't do more. It's not like Holland America where you could do 20, 25, 30. They don't care. You're just going to be charged for each one after 15. So Carnival won't let you do that, which is also a nice thing because then you won't be so overserved. I mean, truthfully, if you have 15 drinks, you're probably overserved anyway, but at least you won't get more overserved. Holland America won't stop you. They'll just keep serving and serving and serving. But let me know in the comments if you do the alcohol or the drink packages when you go on cruises. What else do you have to say?
I think that's it.
Because I'm tired and I'm ready to go get some food, and we're going to get up early in the morning and head back to Alabama. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you the $64,000 question. Would you go on another Holland America cruise if you had to pay for it yourself?
No.
If you were given it for free?
If it was in Florida, yes. I'm not driving back out here.
Do they go out of Cape?
I don't know.
So if it was in Florida,
East Coast.
Or if it was in Mobile, Alabama,
if it's on the East Coast,
you would go if it was free?
Sure, why not?
If it was
free.
Okay. Would I go if I had to pay for it? Absolutely not. Would I go if it was free? I would still have to think about it because, again, we're looking at the whole, it's just, they don't cater to our type of demographic. They cater to a more older, a more laid back type of demographic. And that's not a bad thing. But if I'm being a part of it, I want to have a good time. I want to have fun. I don't need to be stupid every night, but I still like to have a good time. I like to, we like to play in the arcade. We like to go to karaoke. We like to see the servers get on the tables and do the Macarena. I mean, that's part of the fun. That's part of the enjoyment. I think if the servers got on the tables of this one, I think that some of the people would have had heart attacks.
I know we didn't talk about the entertainment, the shows.
The entertainment, the shows. Let's do that real quick.
Stage,
stage. They have a world stage, which is a lot smaller than the main stage at Carnival. They had a couple things there. I didn't do anything except for one thing, and that was on the very last night. I'll talk about that in a second. What did you do?
I did 2 shows. One was Tandem. They're both dancing. And the other was called Move, and they are very good.
She said they were good.
The stage is not high up in the, like some place you go to and you sit up front and you have to look, it's level, so which is nice. Handicap seating, way to front versus Carnival, kind of in the back a little bit, but these are individual seats where Carnival has, I think, bench seating.
Something similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last
night of the cruise we did
a comedian.
Tyler Bryce. I put a couple little clips in day 10. I put a couple little clips of him. He's a comedian impressionist that does impressions, and it was just bad. I don't know what else to say. It was just bad. He did 2 shows the 2 nights before, and people were saying, "Oh my God, it was the greatest thing ever." So we were really pumped up to see him, and we got there early because we knew it was the last night of the cruise, so we knew everybody was going to be there that hadn't already seen him, and it was crowded. And I'm glad we got there early, but we waited almost an hour for him to come out. He came out. He did about less than 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes of a show, and he was terrible. I'm sorry. It was just, I would have gotten up. I didn't want to make a scene because we were in the front. So if I would have gotten up and left, everybody would have saw me. But I would have gotten up and probably in the first 10 minutes. It was just so bad. And I wasn't sure how she was feeling about it because we couldn't really talk because he was kind of loud. I would have asked her if she wanted to go, but she probably wouldn't have, because again, everybody would have looked at you and watched you go. So I just kind of sucked it up and just kind of sat there. But it was just bad.
And there was people leaving, and as I was passing, I could hear them say the other show was so much better.
Well, lucky them.
So
lucky that they got the good show and we got the crappy show. Anyway, that is our review. That is our Holland America. That's our 10-day vlogs, day 1 through 10, and then our 2 follow-up videos on what we think about Holland America. Again, let me know about the drink packages in the comments, and if you can give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. If you want to do that, I appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel and it's something that you think might be kind of cool, I'm in nowhere close to being professional at doing what I do. I do what I do because I have fun doing it. I just want to provide information to you guys. We look on YouTube to get information for things that we do, places that we go. I just want to do the same thing. You might not agree with our opinions, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with our opinions, but they are our opinions. But aside from that, if you want to subscribe, I publish new content all the time. I would love to bring you along with me. What else you want to say? Let's say VA Fun Seekers, we love you. We love you guys. Keep doing the great work. If you guys don't follow VA Fun Seekers, you definitely got to do that. And I'll put their information in my description box as well. They're a great group to follow, a mom, a dad, and a daughter, and they do great reviews, especially of restaurants. You got to check them out because they are awesome. That's it. That's all we got. All right, let's get some food. We are going to get some rest, and early in the morning, we are going to start heading back to Alabama so I can see my dog. I appreciate you guys watching, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye. Hey guys, check this out. We are on our way home from Arizona, and I believe that is a reindeer, if I'm not mistaken. That sucker is just running free in the wild, and I thought you'd want to check that out. I've never seen one before, only in the TV show Rudolph. But I thought that was kind of cool. So there you go. Put that on the list of things that you never thought you'd see again. And here it is. Right here in Arizona.